Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. And today's topic is about major advantage of lookup table over hard-coded values. Let us try to understand this title through an example in here. In here, I have a sample test data. In this sample test data, we have two variables. The first variable is ID and the second variable is flag. And what we want to do in here is based off this ID variable and flag, we want to create a new variable. And that's what we are doing in here in a case statement. And we are saying when ID equal to 1 and flag equal to y, then 50. When ID equal to 2 and flag equal to n, then 70. When ID is 3 and flag equal to y, then 60. We want to create a new variable wherein we are saying that in as and as new underscore var. Now here what we have done is we have used two variables and mapped to a value. Now before going into further, let's quickly run this and see our results. So in here we have created our sample data set and we have also created a new variable value based off a case statement, and if it is a data step, it is more or less if then else logic. So here you can see that we were able to create what we wanted to. If we talk about this code, what we really are doing is we are inputting hard-coded values. That is, depending upon this condition and this condition, we are saying this value. And this kind of hard-coded values have a problem. And now let us discuss that in the next step. In the next step, I'm using pretty much the same code, but what I'm really trying to show you is where things can go wrong. Here there are three values and three straightforward conditions. But if you have many conditions and many values, things can go wrong and it is very difficult to see through eyes. Now let us look into the code in here. In here again, I have first three scenarios mentioned in here. When ID equal to 1 and then flag equal to y, 50, then ID equal to 2, flag equal to n, then 70, ID equal to 3 and flag equal to y, and then 60. When ID equal to 3 and flag equal to y, then 40 is the additional code which we have in here. And I'm highlighting the same in here. So what happens is when we run this code, it looks when ID equal to 3 and flag equal to y, then it takes the value of 40 for this particular variable. And because ID equal to 3 and flag equal to y is already covered, this condition never satisfies, and whenever you have ID equal to 3 and flag equal to y, you will have the value of 40. Now let us quickly run this code and see our result. And in here you can see that 1 y 50, 2 and 70, 3y is 40, which means this particular when condition is ignored. Now if this code was given to you by somebody and you have not written this code, you really do not know whether this condition is what is supposed to be or it is supposed to be this condition. So this kind of scenario creates confusion whenever somebody else codes it and you have it, or if you have coded it, you can miss easily, because when you have many lines, it is very easy to lose focus and it is also very easy to do small mistakes. Now as you can see in here, what we are really doing is we are doing some kind of hard coding wherein we are telling one condition and another condition and we are giving an input of another value. So to avoid this kind of problems, what we can do is we can build a lookup tables. And lookup tables are nothing different than creating the mappings in the table itself. For example, in here, if you look into this, you have again ID and flag, and then you are mapping it to a value. Once we have built with lookup table, what we are going to do is we are going to join to the table in which we are interested. In here, that table is test table. And then what we are going to do is we are going to join ID and flag variable of test dataset with ID and flag variable of lookup dataset, and we are going to bring this new variable which is new var. And I have represented the same in the form of code in here, wherein I am saying that I want to join the test dataset with the lookup dataset, and then what I want to do is I want to bring new var variable which is there in the lookup table. And here you can see the join condition. I am saying a.id equal to b.id, a.flag is equal to b.flag, and a is alias for test, b is alias for lookup. And another important thing I want to also tell you is I'm using a left join in here, because if there are no conditions which match, we do not want to miss any records from our test data set. That is why I am having a left join. Now it's time to run both of these steps and then see our results. Here we can see that we are able to get what we want. Whenever there is 1y, we got 52, and we got 73y, we got 60. So that is what we had in our lookup table. Now you might be thinking that why we have to go through all this when we can simply do a hard coding like this. Now I want to show you that portion, and it is the interesting one. Now let us put the same issue what we have done in here, and let's see our lookup table. Here my lookup table, for 3y I have 60, 3y I have 40. Now this lookup table has an issue wherein we are mapping the same value to entirely different variables. So 3y we are saying 60, 3y we are saying 40. What value is correct? We had the similar issue in here, and I was saying that if you have many whens, thens, then you have a problem. But here, if we do a mistake, what we can really do is we kind of write some kind of logic, and that logic will tell us that there is a problem and we can correct our lookup table. So what we can say is whenever this 3 and y, right, that is ID and flag, is more than once, that is a problem for us. So we can test out that logic, and I have mentioned that in the below code what I'm just describing. So I'm saying select ID flag and then count star as count from lookup underscore issue, and then I'm saying group by ID and flag having count star greater than 1. It gives me the combination of ID and flag where they are appearing more than once. Now let us quickly run this and see our result. In the result you can see that we have problem with ID and flag when ID is 3 and flag equal to y. So now we can go and fix it very easily, right? But when you have hard-coded values like this, it is very difficult to test and it is very difficult to find where the problem persists. But by creating a simple lookup table, testing is very easy and you can easily find where the issues are or where the mappings have problem. And we can also add additional logic if the code is production level, saying that if you have a duplicate or any other problem, you can get an email or something of that sort. This gives us a lot of advantages, and also if you are trying to maintain this lookup table over a period of time, you may want to add some new values. But whenever you add new values, you can also check whether you are doing something wrong by writing simple test cases. That's all for this topic. If you like this topic, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Thank you.